Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. Today I received more Happy Mail. I know who it's from because she's got a thing on the back with her name. It's from Emma. Now I had to go down to my local post office depot this morning to collect this because they were supposed to have tried to deliver it yesterday morning, and because the card that come through the door said 10:40 and I was in the house at 10:40. I must be going deaf, that's all I can see. That's the second time I've had to go down there because I don't know, it's a different postman. He mustn't knock as loud as what the other one. Some of them come and knock like, you know, you owe them money. But this one must have been very quiet. He must have only knocked, and I never even heard the you know, when he put the card through the door either. And I would have been sitting here in my living room. I would have been sitting here knitting, so I might have to get myself a hearing aid, I think. But anyway, I've took some of the sellotape off, make it a bit easier. I'll take the rest off and see what Emma sent to me. There's a card in here. Says, "Hi Sheila, I hope you don't mind me making you something, as you do a lot for others, so I thought I would make you a shawl." A shawl. Hope the colours are okay. Pardon it. I know you said that you like pastel colours. It's done in Stylecraft merry-go-round in the fruit salad colour, and I've put in some extra little bits in too. You are a lovely lady, and I always enjoy your podcast. Always makes me smile and happy, especially when I get very down sometimes, which is quite often lately. So thank you. Take care and be safe, Emma. Well, I'm sorry that you get down sometimes, Emma, but I suppose the way things are in the world at the moment, it's quite possible a lot of people are getting down. So I'm going to have a look, see what she's sent now. Oh, this is three balls. It's a sissy baby batik. I've never heard of that one before. The writing on it is, I think I need some new glasses as well, like, because I'm having trouble reading small writing. So it's far too small to write in this miniature on there. I'll have to open the packet and there needs something on the side that's a little bit bigger. I think it's one of those bags that sticks down, you know, it's self-sticking. That's it. Have a look at what it's writing. Oh, there's some bigger writing here, that's it. It's 100 grams. 360 meters, that's a lot actually. It's 100% acrylic, machine washable. I'm looking to see the size to see whether it is double knitting, I think. The hook, 4mm, yes, 4mm needles and hooks. It is double knitting, and there's a lot on for, as it is. This looks like double knitting, right? There is a lot on there for 360 meters. Oh, that's a nice, there's a little pattern on. I don't know whether there's a pattern on the other side. But they're showing a little pattern there with a little top and a little hat. Oh, that would be nice to knit with. I'll see what the shawl is that she sent me. I'll sell these down as well. Keep it down there. Oh, that is nice colours, that. What Emma sent me, we do getting some cooler days at the moment, so that'll come in very handy. Thank you very much, Emma, that's lovely. I'm really a real old granny now with my shawl on. Oh, something else in here, bad. Fudge. Everybody sends me fudge. Fabulous Thornton's Fabulous Fudge. Vanilla fudge. So that's something to make a PIG myself with. Put that down there. That's all that's in the bag here. At least I'm going to be a bit warmer in these cooler days now with my shawl on. Put that in here. Where did I put the bag? You know what? I'm looking for the bag to put this inside, and I've just folded it up. You know, I don't know what I'm doing this time. Like this. I'll put that down there. And I have been working on my, well, this is for Emma actually, working on this little bit, the bag. It's getting a little bit bigger. I've measured it up against my bag, and it is the same, it's the same width, but I started out with using, you know, it has the bottom, the flat bit on the bottom there. I started out with 8mm hook, but when I started, after I had finished the doing the corners and starting going straight up, it was a bit hard. This wool is, there's 2 strands of Aran here, and it's a bit hard, and it's going to be more like a carpet bag. It's quite thick and quite strong actually with the two strands. But I thought the 8mm was a little bit thin. I think I needed bigger ones, so I tried 9, but I've ended up using the 10mm hook. I think I could even have used a larger one actually. The stitches are very close together and compacted actually, but it's okay for a bag. But that's the largest hook I have anyway. I'm not sure what larger sizes you can get. I know there's a 12mm. I don't know that it goes from 10 to 12. I'll have to look that up in case I need to do any more. But I think if I did any more of these bags, I would probably get the chunky wool to do it in, because when I'm doing it with this, the 2 strands here, sometimes when I go into the stitch like that and pull it through, I should be able to put the wool over and pull through those 2 lots of stitches where I did that time. But sometimes I'm having to go through one stitch like that and then through another stitch, because sometimes it doesn't pick up the whole, because it's actually going through 4 strands when you do the stitch, and sometimes it wasn't picking up all 4 strands, so sometimes I was having to go twice through the same one. So I think if I do it again, I think I will get chunky to do any more like this. Most of the time it's okay, it goes through all the 4 strands. But I did have a changing to a larger hook when I come to go straight up. Oh, after I had finished the I think the bottom bit finishes about here. when I started going straight up, it started going a bit wide with using a larger hook. So what I did was I decreased on the ends where I had been doing the corners. I decreased a few stitches to bring it in a little bit. So I was like putting the hook through one stitch and doing half of the stitch and then going into the second stitch. So you had 3 stitches on your hook and pulling through all those 3 stitches. That's like decreasing 2 together. So I did that on both ends where I had been making the corners to bring it in, and it's made it a little bit more the shape it should be. So it's going straight up instead of it was starting to go sort of out like that. I'm stretching it to show you it was going out that way, which wasn't right. So it's going to go straight up now to 16 inches. I don't know how far I am now. Like, I've got a tape measure somewhere. There it is. So it's got to measure 16 inches. Yes, 16 inches from the very bottom when it's flat down. And I'm on 8.5 inches now, so I've done half. So I've probably got about another 7 inches to go, and then do the handles, and then a row after the handles to finish them off, and then it'll be all finished. And I'll be able to send it off to Emma. So it's quite a simple. I could have done it. I am just doing double crochet. I could have done triple crochet, and it would have been done a lot quicker. So if anybody is following this and wants to do something like this, a triple crochet, as long as the wool's thick enough, the triple crochet would be okay as well. You'd get a longer stitch, so it won't take as many rows to do it. But this was how I did my other one, and I'm just following what I did for the other one. But I think maybe if I do another one, I might do the larger stitch just to see what it comes out like. But that's what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to sit and do this until I get it finished before I do anything else. But I will. It's been raining here this morning, very heavy. But I've come back from the post office and I've left my car on the drive because I was looking. I always leave my garage door. I always leave the garage door open when I go out so I can drive straight back in when I come back. And I've noticed all the rubbish that's been collecting in my garage. I'm waiting till, I think it's going to be sunny, you know, better this afternoon. I wait till the rain stops and, well, it's the rain stopped, but it's dull and miserable. I mean, it gets a little bit better and I'm going to go and sweep all that mess up out of my garage. Because it looks terrible. There's probably a lot of stuff like this, crisp packets and all sorts, biscuit packets and all sorts of things like that, and those things that you get meat trays, that plastic trays that you get meat on and things like that, and they're all in my garage and come out of people's bins. When I put things like that in my bins, I put them in bags so they don't blow out of the bin. That's what's in mine, all the rubbish, everybody's rubbish. Of course, where I live, it's a horseshoe shape like this. It's crescent and it's a horseshoe shape like that. And I live right down the very bottom of the crescent. It's the very centre, but it's right down the bottom. And everything, when it's windy, everything just blows down into my garden. Comes through the gates, because the gates are those metal ones with large gaps in between the metal things. It's not just mine. I think next door and the next and both sides of me, I think the rubbish blows down into their gardens as well and that. But if people put their rubbish in their bins properly, we wouldn't get things like that blown around. But anyway, that's a job for probably this afternoon when it gets out a little bit better. I might even wash my car. I had to blow the tyre up on my car this morning as well. I was out when I went to bingo on Thursday, I pulled away. I think I must have a very slow puncture in, it's the back, the tyre behind the driver's seat, behind the driver, that one. Because I usually have to blow it up regularly now and again. And I just pulled out to go up to my friend's, and I was just driving along the road and the light come on the dashboard with that little thing with the little jagged things across the top, which I know is low pressure in one of the tyres. But I couldn't stop to fix it, and I thought, well, it should be okay, for I've drove like that before. But when I come to blow it up, I blew it up this morning before I went out, because I haven't been out in the car since Thursday. So I thought I'd better blow that tyre up, and there was nothing in there. There was no air in, according to I have a thing in my car. I want a car where I can blow the tyres up, a compressor, small compressor thing. And it wasn't showing any air at all in that tyre. I'm going to have to check it a bit more regular, but I think I'll have to go to the garage and get it sorted, because it must have a very slow puncture in it, and it's going down very slowly. It is probably about 2 or 3 weeks since I had to blow it up. And I think I would probably get a spare tyre as well, because when I bought this car, I bought it from you, and I never realised they weren't supplying you with spare tyres anymore. And when I opened it up, I was checking it all after I got home and all, after I'd bought it and checked it and everything. No spare tyre, and just that stuff for a pump in the tyre if you get a flat tyre. If I'd known, realised that, I would have taken the spare tyre out of my other car, because it was the same kind of car. And I would have put that spare tyre in instead of what you have to do. I think that's disgraceful, that, like, actually not giving you a spare tyre. But anyway, that's another rant, isn't it? I'm going to do what I can. Get this bag finished, maybe it's today. I did work on it all day yesterday, but I got a little bit sick by later on in the night time, so I did a couple of rows on the little yellow and white little cardigan. Well, it's a sweater I'm doing, actually. But sometimes you can get sick of doing continually doing the same thing, which is what I was doing with this. Just going round and round and round. I think I got a little bit sick. I probably will with today as well, which I'm hoping I can get it finished and then it's over with. So anyway, that's my little bit for today. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.